welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Chicago Bears. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
On the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. From the gun, here's Williams. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Harold Landry in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Patriots take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Off the play fake, here's May. Gets this complete to Boutte.
May's pass complete to Kayshawn Boutte. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That good for 19 and a first down.
And the Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now, The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's a gain of 5.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So nothing doing there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
That's complete. Romadunze. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Williams looking to do it himself. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Swift going to try up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
29-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now they're going to bring in some extra bulk here for 3rd and a yard. Williams going to sneak it. And he will have the Bears first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Second and 9.
Here's Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Williams going to sneak it. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They'll try it now with Swift. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
To throw, it's May. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas.
To Demario Douglas. Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. May. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw, Williams. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Williams. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Williams. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep,
Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Looking to throw. May. Short pass caught by Henry. And Henry's going to pick up a Patriots 1st down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Patriots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. May going to give it to Henderson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To the air, May. They set up the screen for Henderson. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
3rd and 8. They'll throw with May. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll go play action here with Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Robert Spillane able to bring him down.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw, it's Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down. 1st and 10.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the 1st down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Patriots' 19-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Bears, 1st down. 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make the play.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Williams going to sneak it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bears have taken the lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is good, and it makes it a 9-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bears.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. New England trying to get a place on offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Henderson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. They run once more with Henderson. And he's going to have the Patriots first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
A 7-yard gain.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Henderson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And Henry's going to pick up a Patriots first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing here is May. That is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep, Kalif Raymond. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 9-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3. To the air, Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's free at the 35. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Roma Dunze, 83 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead is now 13. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now out come the Patriots. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with a run by Henderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Throwing to start the drive. Williams. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 23. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Swift. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. Williams on the RPO, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kalif Williams, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Santos with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the gun on third down is May. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Hunter Henry.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and throw for it with May. That is caught. Down inside the 10. That all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Touchdown. Romeo Doubs, 43 yards. And the Patriots take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. It's up, it's true as they get back in it a bit here. It's now 23-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw is Williams. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
New England's offense set to go. And they will begin in field goal range already as they search for a potential score. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's May. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that gets him back within 10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to maneuver. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw, it's May. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
2nd and 10. They go play action now. May. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's May. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really high level.
They've been hot so far.
2nd and 2.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Number 20. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Williams going to sneak it. And he will have the Bears first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
From the gun, here's Swift. Able to avoid him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 15-yard touchdown run. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. It's always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Santos.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Looking to put a drive together. On play action, May. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Dangbo. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To the air, May. He finds Douglas complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll throw with May. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing here is May. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it will be 3rd down.
And where they are on the scoreboard almost dictates taking this big shot and trying to get right back into the game. They took it there and couldn't connect. Despite the defense being ready, go ahead and force it downfield. See what you can get.
Looking to throw, May. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. There's just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. Here's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Adunzo. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
That's complete. Luther Burden. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 12 yards.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And Walker has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A pitch out to Swift here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 122 yards on the ground for him now, as he's done that on 15 carries.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
And he is going to slide to a halt inside the 5-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
4-yard line.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle, because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Now the point after try for Santos. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now, as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And they go play action with May. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's May. Gets this complete to Butte. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas.
May's pass complete to number 3, Demario Douglas. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, May with it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On first down, it's Henderson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Touchdown, Patriots! Keyshawn Butte. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Pats are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a...
They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful.
Patriots 21.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Bears 1st down.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a carry for Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Robert Spillane on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Williams. Pass caught by Burden. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 31-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
To throw, it's Williams. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. He's got this complete to Burden. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Kalif Raymond taking it in from the 20. And the Bears have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game, because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Santos with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Patriots 21.
So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. after the touchdown. Here's Santos to kick this one away. Gets past one man. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
To throw, it's May. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there.
2 yards.
And that's going to bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the shotgun, it's May. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw again. He'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. So no gain on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
First down. A gain of 14. And a Patriot first down.
Up the middle is Henderson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. to the air. May. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Oh, what a move. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up second and
defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 146 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots 31. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 19. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First down.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
To throw, Williams. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
3rd down and 9.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. This one from 35 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looking to put a drive together. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing here is May. A quick throw there is incomplete. Romeo Dobbs is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
And 3 yards to go.
Looking to throw, May. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts.
A gain of 19
and as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
TJ Edwards on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, Boutte. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. A good pickup there, a 22.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. On play action, May. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll throw with May. This pass caught. It's Dobbs with it. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3 and not giving up 6.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they go play action with May. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. Here's May. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Borregales now for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13.
Makes the score Bears 47.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, They show up, and they show out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.